Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Where Mighty Things. This is episode number 9, recorded on June 29th. My name is Dustin, and I am your host, folks. It is exciting to be back with you here on Where Mighty Things. Each and every time, I am joined by my incredible co-host, the man who is now on fire, impersonating a billionaire, and who knows what else he's up to. Please welcome back to the cast, Mr. John Madigan. How's it going, John?
That was an intro. That was an intro, man. Can I just take you around as like my hype man?
Oh,
I wish that every time I walked into work, I had a hype man like that. Just like as I walk in 15 minutes late to work, that I just had a hype man just building me up like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we have today is the one and only John Madigan. Yeah, we can make that happen. We can do that. I can have some fun with that. I'll make up a song about what you did for the morning.
Make up a there we go. Just a nice little intro in the morning. I like that. I think
every morning it's unique. It's about his day.
Every morning.
He woke up at 7:30 and he's on his way. Up early and ready to start the day. You know, I mean, we can keep it going.
Wow.
Yeah, I need a beat though.
You need a beat.
Opinions vary on that one.
We'll get you. You look like a rapper. You look like a.
Do I?
You look like someone. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. You got the hat. You got the headphones. You got the mic right there. You look like you're ready to get into the studio and just. You look like Easy and Straight Out of Compton.
Really? You know? Wow, that's pretty
Cruising
good.
Down the street in my 6'4". Like, yeah,
wow, I'm shocked that you know old Eazy-E and NWA stuff like that. That's pretty good.
I know music, my friend. I know music. You don't think I know music?
No. You just shocked me. Like when you're throwing out like Eazy-E lines. I'm like, what else does this guy know? We have to talk about that offline. We want to do a karaoke of Straight Outta Compton. Yeah, that's exactly what the world needs.
Oh, that's on the cruise. Me and you, we're doing NWA on the cruise. I'm sure they have that in the catalog. Sure.
I will bet you $100 they do not have that in the karaoke catalog.
No, we're not. Me and you are not doing F the Police on the cruise. That's not.
No. Well, let's not rule it out. Like for a sufficient sum, we will do that. But or Childish Gambino. Like if you want to switch it up and do some Childish Gambino, we could try some of that. Well, it is great to be back with everybody. Yes, Kendrick versus Drake. We could play roles. Yeah, exactly. This is exactly what the world needs, John. Two guys like us
to bring everybody
to
two guys that look like
rappers.
us to do Kendrick versus Drake. Let's do it. I love it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
I love it.
It's so good. It's great to be back with everybody. Just want to let you guys know that you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, if you're still listening after that first 20 seconds of nonsense. And we really want to ask you to like and subscribe, and of course, ring that notification bell so you'll know when all of our new content comes out. Of course, also, you can reach out to us. We are at wearablefandom@gmail.com. Please drop us emails. We love to read your inquiries, even your hate mail, which maybe we have a little bit of. We will talk about at some point in the future. Yeah, some hate mail, John. That's when you know you've really made it.
That's how you're right. You know, I mean, they say all press is good press. I mean, but yeah, I mean, if you hate us because you ain't us, all right. So that's all.
Summer is here, and events season is pulling into full swing. So we want to talk a little bit about some of the cool events that are coming up. Of course, we got an unofficial D100 Roosevelt's update on some interesting things that we want to share with folks. Last time on the cast, we talked a little bit about the Stephen Gebhardt Memorial Scholarship. We've got some news there, and then of course, as always, we've got to get the update on John's impersonation of a billionaire to get into a Cubs game. We got to find out what's going on with that. That's right. But before we do that, John, what are you wearing, my friend? You're looking pretty good over there.
Dude, thank you. You look good yourself, my friend. This right here is from the brand new Pixar Seersucker collection. This is the up shirt from the Pixar Seer. And I must say, I love it. I have brought out the up shirt, and I've also brought out the Finding Nemo tux. And both times, I've gotten tons of compliments. People have come up to me asking me where I've gotten that. They want to see it. They want to feel the shirt. They want to know where it's at. So I'm obsessed. I need more seersuckers in my life because these are really nice. totally
Nice.
nice, light, breathable material. Like I'm obsessed. I love these. But my friend, what do you wear? You are wearing like bow down. Like you are wearing such. You wearing the OG. I mean, tell me a little bit about what you're wearing.
Yes. I'm wearing the bomb pops. We are not so far away from 4th of July. It's next week, and we got a lot of plans to talk about. And I'm also wearing the Pizza Beard Party collab hat here with this awesome killer slice of pizza. You see any pineapple up there, John, or
Yeah.
maybe some strawberries or
Oh,
something? It's a really awesome hat. And
shout
yeah,
out to Jake Holland, man. Jake Holland is the absolute man. I always love seeing
yes,
Jake, and yeah, I can't wait to see him again. I hopefully
he,
get to see him soon.
he's
I
super
don't see
friendly and
any.
super helpful.
Oh, absolutely, and he's just a ton of fun to be around. And like, guy is always happy. Like whenever you're around Jake, Jake is just always super happy, super friendly. He's just his energy just makes you gravitate towards him. I feel like I could ask him for anything, and like he'd be there for me. Like he is like the guy's like he's just Jake's the sweetheart.
Aw,
He's the man.
yeah, I
So
agree.
Jake, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are, I'm sure you're our number one fan. I love you. I don't see
Aw,
any strawberries though on that pizza. That's in, I see some pepperoni, but we're not doing pineapple. We're not doing strawberries. All right, it's just
we're
not
not
happening. All
doing
right,
that. No.
Dustin.
Quick
No,
question
we're not
about your
doing that.
shirt. Does
Yeah.
your shirt have the up dog on it?
Does it have a dog on it?
Up dog.
What's up, dog?
Not much, you. Oh, you
I fell right into that.
you got me. You got me, buddy. You got me.
Yeah,
Oh
I
man.
was actually, I'm
Well,
like, is the dog on here? I'm like, that
yeah.
was good. I like
If
that.
I was there in person, I would have to do the like flick your face thing, stupid dumb dad
Oh
joke
yeah.
move. You know, it's
Do
like, oh,
you do
what's up,
you
dog?
remember the amazing John? Do you remember the amazing Jonathan? Do you know
Yes,
who
he
that
was
is?
really hilarious. Yes.
He he loved that was like crack. I mean, he also loved crack. But funny story about the amazing Jonathan. I bought his book. He wrote a book called Every Trick in the Book, and inside the book, I ordered it directly from his site, and he wrote a nice, sweet message to me saying, "John, this is the very last copy of this book. Now I don't even have one, so please take care of it, enjoy it, And then after he sadly passed away, I posted on Reddit, um, like, hey, I actually own the last copy of Jonathan's book. Turns out he wrote that in like 20 other copies. And all these people are finding out that we've all been bamboozled in
Dude,
real
jokes
time.
from the grave. Jokes from the grave are the best. On top of it all, like he's got you guys. He got one last laugh out of you, man.
The
Yeah.
amazing and it's criminal because so many people have no clue who the amazing Jonathan is.
Did you? I remember watching like on Comedy Central maybe his
Yeah.
first
Oh, the Comedy
his
Central special. Yeah.
yeah, the Comedy Central special where he was like drinking like Drano or something, like he
Oh
put the
yeah.
Drano stuff. It's like
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That's a phenomenal. I actually I have that on DVD. I have that. That is such a good. I'm probably gonna watch that tonight.
yeah.
That was a great special.
I do remember what you're calling out. He's like the nose thing is like he's like that's like crack to a comedian.
Exactly. He
Oh
loved to
man,
do that. He was so. I'm so glad that you got that reference, though. I see.
yeah.
This is how I know you and I we're destined. No one knows the amazing John. I'm like,
Nobody.
so the fact that you and I both get that, I love that.
Yeah, man, that's good stuff. It's a deep cut for sure, for sure.
For sure, man. But
Well,
all right. So
summer is into full swing, John, and I'm just kind of curious, like before we get into the news and all that stuff, how is your summer going? Like, is everything going well as we move into the hotter months of the year?
yeah, dude, summer is going. I mean, we were just kicking off summer. The weather has been beautiful. I mean, a little bit on the hotter end. I mean, but honestly, like we haven't been like it's been probably been 80, 90 degrees and sunny every day. No,
Hmm.
I haven't had rain in a while. It's been pretty nice. Honestly, I'm ready for all these insider events that are coming up. The I love going out. I love everything's been great over here, man. There seems to be always something going on. But the weather's great, and I'm ready to party hard this summer, man. How about you? Is it still
Yeah.
65 degrees and sunny by you?
For the most part, I mean, we're peaking up a little bit above that, 68 to 71 on a couple of days, but it feels great. It's nice wearing a light kunu out. I don't need the hoodies all the time, at
Yeah,
least
as you
in
say,
the end of days.
I can't wear the hoodies. I know as much as I love the hoodies, I love my hoodies to death. They're I just can't. just can't do the hoodies. It's too hot. It's too
Yeah,
hot
for
out.
sure.
We can't. No hoodies. Although when I fly to Cali, though, I think I'm gonna wear a hoodie just because I think those are really comfortable to fly in.
Well,
Like
100%. Yeah, the performance hoodies are
performance
great.
hoodie and like some sweatpants, like or pajama pants. Like those are great, like to fly in. Like that's like top tier comfort
Yeah, and
for
to
flying.
your point about getting everybody together and having a great time this summer. A lot of events are going to come up. Of course, we're less than a month away from San Diego Comic-Con. We'll be talking about some early exclusives and looks at exclusives, pre-order optionality for exclusives, even John. We've also got
Yes,
the
sir. First time we've seen that.
yeah, we've got the second annual Roosevelt's Pool Party coming up even before we get to Comic-Con. So
Yes.
we've got a bunch of stuff, and then of course New York Comic Con, and let's not forget, John, D23, where you and I will both be doing crazy stuff. Your first trip to California, maybe our first trip to Disneyland together. My first trip to Disneyland. I've never been to Disneyland, actually. You've never been.
You've never been to Disneyland too?
Disneyland, because it's like the punk kid brother of Disney World. You go to Disney World, you don't need to go to Disneyland. Has been my opinion. I'm ready to have that opinion evolved and changed. So don't send the hate mail to me yet. I don't want the heat.
But maybe we do want just a little bit of hate mail. You know, we like.
Oh,
like
that's
the
right.
press.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Send some hate mail. Send some hate mail if you
Send
like.
some hate. Send anything. But that's exciting. Yeah, my first trip to California, first trip to Disneyland. Obviously, never been. I've always been to Disney. I've been going to Disney World since I was a little kid. Never been to Disneyland. So, I do get what you're saying. Like, if you've been to Disney World, you really don't have to go to Disneyland. But at the same time, I think it's kind of also special to walk in the park that Walt built. I think that's just like as a Disney person, like to feel that magic walking in and kind of like see the park that he truly built from the ground up. I think is something truly special. Have
I'm
you
with
been to
you.
Tokyo Disneyland?
No.
I know you got a
I do hope to get to Disneyland in Tokyo on my next trip, maybe later this year. Unclear if that's actually going to happen or not, but eventually I'll be back in Tokyo, and I'm going to try to make sure that Disney Sea is also there. There's a Disney Sea exhibit as well. So I definitely want to make some time and actually get out and see Disney Tokyo. And I want to go out and shoot. And then again, I want to find retail Roosevelts in Japan. I'm hoping that I can be the first person in the insiders to find one of those that doesn't live in Japan. That's cheating.
Dude,
I'd love to find retail Roosevelts.
I would love for you to find one. I think that would be. You definitely got to talk to Scotty and see maybe he can help you out because Scotty is like the head of retail. I'm probably butchering his title. I don't know the exact, but I know he oversees a lot of the retail stuff. So he can probably, give you a little lead on where to go to find, or at least tell you if you're wasting your time. He can tell you like there ain't no Roosevelts, at least not legitimately. Not there's always resellers. I mean, but not like an official list. But you reach out to him. Scotty's the man. Scotty.
It's a great call.
Scotty's the man.
That's a great call.
It's a great. You're a great call.
Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about move through the news. I mentioned at the top of the cast here that D100 celebration. So officially, the D100 celebration for Disney ended at the end of January. There hasn't been any official news from the Walt Disney Corporation about when the festival would end. So there was some questions about how long would we be able to see the D100 collection
when the money stops
Roosevelts.
Coming in. That's. If people are still coming happy to celebrate the D100, we're going to keep celebrating the D100. That's when it's going to stop.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. It is most likely the correct answer. But we had some feedback though. I mean, Steve had commented back in December about this from his Twitter feed that all D100 items will be available to purchase throughout the official Disney 100 celebration window while supplies last, which runs through the end of June. And we're right here at the end of June. So there was a question. Yes. Hey, is this it? Like, are the D100 shirts going to disappear? I've seen a few of the shirts going for $50 on BST. And I'm like, how are the people buy, sell, and trading these shirts that are pretty soon going to be impossible to find and not replaceable through retail? I just was a little bit shocked, but we did get a little bit of an update, and it comes in a semi-official update from Mike Schreiner. What did Mike share with us?
Let me read the statement. So Mike Schreiner commented, "Thanks for the reminder, Chris. Actually, we just got word that while we had initially planned to sell all D100 designs only through the end of June, Disney has allowed us to continue selling items while supplies last. So while we will not be restocking any D100 designs as such, occasionally you'll see items that were previously sold out reappearing on the site because we are slowly adding found inventory now that we can release supplies when they last past the June timeframe.
Okay.
So does that mean that Roosevelt holds back shirts to sprinkle in here and there on future outposts and whatnot?
I mean, I think it's a really great question. And I mean, look, when the next outpost comes around, someone's going to find a Tropical Mickey, which is a D100 shirt. It's exclusive from last year, and it's a whale for a lot of folks.
Well, Tropical Mickey was a San Diego Comic Con.
Yes, it was, but I'm pretty sure I thought it had the D100 label on it. Maybe I'm misremembering. Someone will correct me.
I could be wrong. I could be wrong too. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I don't know that well.
but when we talk about the D100 collection, we're talking about the Pie-Eyed Party. We're talking about the Steamboat Mickey, the Little Mickey,
Sketches
pastel,
and Screen, yeah.
All of
those. There's a lot. There's
all of those Mickey
4
Pops.
drops.
The gang's all here. The Say Cheese, which is a really cool, kind of Polaroid looking, with all the different characters. The dancing tunes. There's so many.
Did you know with that shirt, with the Say Cheese shirt, there's
Mm-hmm.
actually a difference between the one that was previewed and what actually was sold to people?
I did not know that. No.
So Nate, Paging Miss Tomorrow, was actually teasing that shirt for a while. Wearing it in the parks and wherever he went, occasional pictures. So we have pictures of it. There was a set of characters cut out. There was a Polaroid cut out.
Really?
And it was from Zootopia. Is that it? Zootopia, is that the name of the Disney movie?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look in the shirt that Nate is wearing, there's Polaroids from the Zootopia characters.
Interesting.
And with the shirt that we got released, we actually got more Lion King photos where those Zootopia ones were.
Interesting.
So Disney got rid of Zootopia on the Say Cheese shirt, which is a little interesting. It just goes to show you how particular they are about the license and what they want on they're very tricky with it. It's very interesting. I want to know why they would get rid of that.
I have no idea. I mean, Zootopia was actually a better than most people treat it movie. I wouldn't say it's the best Disney movie by any stretch.
Sure.
But it wasn't a horrible film. Like, it was very watchable. I enjoyed it.
No, it wasn't bad. No.
But they replaced it with Lion King, you said?
So they added more. So Lion King was already on the shirt. Yeah. And it appears to be that there's just more of that same Lion King. So if you look at the Say Cheese shirt, there's more of the same Lion King where Zootopia would have been.
I mean, they know what's best, I suppose. But Lion King is, of course, iconic. Like, there's no comparison of Zootopia to Lion King, at least not right now.
Of course not.
But Timon and Pumbaa, more Timon and Pumbaa on a Lion King shirt or a shirt with Lion King characters is definitely going to land much better than having that sloth lady from the Zootopia DMV. Or the sloth. All the sloths were hilarious. That was really funny. I was like, it was almost Family Guy level of how much will we punish the audience to make them wait and watch this sloth do something really slow. It was like,
I gotta rewatch that. It's been a while since I've rewatched that. I gotta turn on Zootopia.
Well, it's pretty good. But I guess the main lesson to take here for the D100 stock for Roosevelt's is, if you're interested in something, make sure you get it, because once the sizes are done, you're done, and you're going to be either buying it on the secondary market or hoping it shows up at an outpost involving you to travel somewhere in order to have the chance to buy it. So do yourself a favor and get that now.
Yeah, you don't want to pay an insider double to pick it up for you at a convention.
Did you have any super huge call outs on the D100s of the shirts that you thought were the best?
So I always fell in love with Sketches to Screen. I always kind of felt like Sketches to Screen. I know it's part of the first one, but I've always felt like Sketches to Screen was when I saw that shirt, I was like, wow. I mean, I think the Disney 100 collection as a whole has always been pretty nice. Also, the black version of Hiya Pal has always been kind of a cult classic, at least within BST. I love the black version of Hiya Pal, and I love the fact that we have the matching hat for the black version as well. That's sold. But yeah, Sketches to Screen has been that's been the number one shirt for me. I love my Mickey Pop hoodie. I always get a lot of love when I wear that. Disney Deco, I love the retail version more than the con exclusive. The con exclusive is kind of a very faded, muted colors, while Disney Deco, the retail version, is filled with color. And actually, I don't know why I don't own Disney Deco, because I'm looking at it now, and I really love the design. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. But I think maybe I got to pull the trigger right now, because that's just. I want to make sure I don't miss out on it.
Yeah, man, time's a
What about
wasted.
you? What about you? What's a good call out shirt for you?
Yeah, man, it's a really tough one. I mean, of course, some of the ones you love. I really am a big fan of the Pie-Eyed Party. I know that that's not such a popular shirt, but it's a manipulation of iconic characters back to that rubber hose and pie-eyed style. I really like that. Of course, Drawn to Life is pretty iconic. In terms of D100 shirts that I wear all the time, Little Mickey's, I wear the Steamboat Mickey all the time, and I actually love the limited edition reversible Steamboat Mickey reversible bomber jacket. That jacket
Yes,
is
I have that.
actually, people are sleeping on that, because the one that has the same fabric as the shirt, that is certainly is nice, but the reverse of that is actually a really strong. And then of course Pastel Pals. I think there's just so many really good shirts. People do not sleep on these, because you will be upset. There's not going to be another D100 until probably the 150th. Maybe they'll do one at 125. Either way, it's a long time from now, so don't sleep on these,
No,
and make sure you get them in.
actually, you're saying people are sleeping on the Steamboat Mickey jacket. I'm checking right now. Only 3XLs in stock on that jacket.
Okay, well, that
That's
depends on
it.
how many they actually made too. I don't know how many.
Right?
they
No,
really made.
no. Of course, you're right. But that is a solid jacket. I'm really happy that I own that.
Yeah,
Yeah, Disney 100. They knocked it out of the park with Disney 100. I mean, they really paid attention and really got their shit right. The Drawn to Life. I think I forget. There was an insider who did this. And I don't have their name, and I feel bad that I don't have
Oh,
their name. But on the Disney Cruise Line, there's a restaurant where in the beginning of it, it's like the whole restaurant is all like sketches, and then like midway through, it turns into color. So he posted a picture, like in the beginning of his meal, he has the sketches version of Drawn to Life, and then midway through, he changes into the color version. I just thought that
yeah.
was really cool and creative.
It's pretty
For
nice.
that.
Mannequin
Yeah.
Skywalker here over my shoulder. I don't know if folks can see.
Uh,
He's wearing Drawn
uh,
to Life right now. Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah, Mannequin Skywalker. He's always there. He's always wearing
He's
something.
yeah. Well, he's typically wearing Island Smiling, if I'm not mistaken.
He changes his attire. Mannequins
He
do not
changes.
dirty or soil clothing at the same pace as humans. So he can wear something for a couple months before it gets dirty.
Oh my god, that's. Well, I think I'd love to see what else he's going to be wearing. What's Mannequin Skywalker's favorite shirt?
Mannequin Skywalker's favorite shirt is definitely got to be Tropical Mickey. So
Really?
I use him when I'm shooting, for if I want to get like different angles of a shirt, and it actually, instead of showing it flat or something along those lines. So that Drawn to Life still has the tags on it. The Island Smiling that you've seen before also had the tags on it. So if I want to shoot the specifics of the shirt, I'll put it on the mannequin, and then basically we'll have a much nicer three-dimensional sort of presentation, as opposed to just laying it down on a flat surface, which can also be
No, I
good, but
love
not
that.
as cool. Not as cool.
That's no, that's really smart though. And I love that, especially for your channel,
Yeah.
Wearable Fandom. Which, by the way, you gotta check out the content in Wearable Fandom, baby.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Wearable
so
Fan-
much. I recently
because
posted a walk to work at Tokyo, where I was wearing some different Roosevelts. Coming up, I visited the Coke store in Las Vegas, and I found some really amazing examples of Wearable Fandom there. So those will all be posted up on the channel. That's Wearable Fandom at YouTube. Likely you are watching this on YouTube, so
you're watching this on. That's right. Yeah, you're watching this on Wearable Fandom. How can I forget?
while you're liking and subscribing, you look over at some of the other content, and let me know what else you'd like to see me make there.
I can't wait to see the other content that you're going to make at the different meetups and different parties and whatnot that we're going to be attending. I think you do a good job. You got a nice. I don't know if I want to call it like a host, but like you definitely have a very good personality, like for showing people around and kind of making good, interesting content. So I'm
Thank
really
you.
excited to see what things you do, with involving the other insiders at the events and whatnot. I think it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Maybe we'll do some funny stuff as well, like we did at MegaCon. Who knows?
Oh yeah,
We'll have a good
who
time.
knows?
Yeah.
Why not?
Let's talk a little bit. Last time we talked a bit about the Stephen Gebhardt Memorial Scholarship, and there was a goal at Seton Hall University to set up an endowment in Stephen's name. Stephen, of course, being the recently and sadly departed co-founder of the Roosevelts, and he was a Seton Hall pirate, and so an endowment was set up in his name. When we checked in last time, I think we were like 60% of the way there. Happy to report that hey, we beat the goal. And that's
Yeah.
all of us $101, $235 the last time I checked, which was this morning. Fantastic. Really great to see that has been met. And now a lot of other entrepreneurs that attend Seton Hall will have an opportunity to have some of their financial load lifted because of that. And it'll be nice to know that Stephen's legacy at the university and his giving nature kind of continues to help students into the future. So that's really fantastic.
It's so beautiful to see. His family's got to feel so good seeing that. I mean, I can't even imagine, seeing like $100,000 for your son's scholarship. I mean, like, for your brother, or your son, or whatever. Like, that's got to feel so overwhelmingly emotional. I'm proud of all the insiders and all the family members and alumni and whatnot that they got out there and donated for this. And the campaign ends on August 25th. I mean, this thing can get even potentially bigger. I mean, who knows? I mean, so I said, if you have the funds to donate, do it. If you don't, share it with a friend or a family member on your social media page, and get the word out there, because this is just amazing, and this is going to help out so many people. So I absolutely love the heck out of this, and just good job on everybody for making this happen for the Gebhardt family.
Yep. And if you haven't had the chance to donate, we'll put the link to the endowment directly under the description here in the podcast, if you're listening in audio format, or in video in the description for the video. So you can easily get there and find out what it's all about and potentially make a donation of your own. All right. So now we're gearing up, John, for these summer events. We talked about it. It's time to move into party mode. We picked out a few of the key events between now and the end of the year. We're not talking about all of them just right now, because we will certainly have a few more to discuss, some of them that you and I will personally be attending.
Yes.
But just wanted to kind of take some temperature here and see like what we're both looking forward to for each of these iconic events, starting off with the second annual Roosevelt's Pool Party. That's coming up on July 20th. You're going to be there.
I'm going to be there. I went to the first one. Gates counselor and Sean Bach put this on together every year, and we had a nice gathering last year, and I think this one, just from what I'm hearing, is gonna crush it. I think there's a good amount of people attending this, and from what I also hear is so they're also going to be raffling off some pretty nice prizes. All the money and all the proceeds are going to go to the Gebhardt Foundation.
Nice.
The donation, whatever you want to call it. There is, just from what I've heard, there's going to be a pair of Giants tickets, and there's going to be a pair of New Jersey Devils tickets up for sale. And there's also going to be a pair of, oh god, what is this? What is it? Cornhole. Roosevelt's branded cornhole. What do you call those things? What do you call
the boards?
The cornhole. Yes. They're going to be Roosevelt's branded. They're going to be posting a picture of that soon. But there's going to be Roosevelt's designed cornhole, and that's also going to be up for auction. As well as
the beanbags, right? They'll have the Roosevelt's logo on the beanbags, probably.
I mean, I haven't seen it myself, but I imagine that it would feel a little silly if they didn't have that. But I haven't seen it myself. I would imagine whoever's working on this is going to do whatever they can to put that logo on the beanbags.
Nice.
So that's going to be pretty cool. As well as I heard there might be some stuffed backpacks.
Stuffed with what? Stuff.
There's some stuff from whatever they can, some goodies from HQ. So
wow.
And that's I'll tip my lip right there, because I probably shouldn't have even said all that.
Dang.
But there's definitely going to be a lot there, and I definitely think you should go to the event page, sign up for, I think it's only like $15 or $20.
I think it's full. I think it's full.
Is it full?
Yeah, I looked, because I was like, maybe I'll call an audible here and show up at this party, and then it's like only for 100 people, because the pool
Correct,
and so I think it's full.
Oh
be
my
wrong
god,
about
if
that,
I missed that.
Yeah.
I would beg Gates and Sean to get you in if it is full.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely going to be there, and I'm excited to see everybody, and it's going to be just a grand old time.
Fire marshal says we can't have more than 100 people. It's at a pool, dummy.
Yeah.
If there's a fire, we'll just jump in the pool.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
The next event on the list, San Diego Comic-Con with Moshe Isley. I cannot explain to you how jealous I am that you are going to this.
Oh yeah,
that's just going to be humongous.
it's going to be great. This will be my 1 year anniversary, and from this point forward, my 1 year anniversary of my first Roosevelt's purchase will always be at Comic-Con. So I always have this nice anniversary date to reflect back on. I'm expecting that I'm gonna get to see Ball Game and a bunch of the other fun, cool people who live out here on the West Coast. And yeah, I'm super stoked. My pass came in the mail. I've got it, and I'm geared up and ready to go. I did sign up for the Mosh pack that they sold, which I think was limited. And yeah, I did get one of those right
includes a
away.
Roosevelt shirt, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to include a Roosevelt shirt, which should be pretty cool. The big thing, the tricky thing about Comic-Con is you buy stuff, you see something, and there's limited quantities of it, so you want to buy it, but then you got to carry it around. And if you're lucky and you have a apartment or a hotel in the Gaslamp, you can usually just walk back and drop it off at the hotel room, and you're fine. If you're staying at one of the outer bands, it'll take you an hour round trip to take that thing back. So it's one of those things where, thankfully, the Mosh stuff that day of Mosh Isley, I will not be carrying anything but the Mosh stuff back, so that I have plenty of space and don't get burdened by carrying too much crap, because I, like many folks, buy a lot of stuff when I'm at Mosh, including, of course, the main exclusive shirts. And I heard that there's going to be 3 different booths this year, John. There'll be the Roosevelt's booth, a Breakfast Balls booth, and I think there'll be a Disney/Star Wars kind of like experience. I might be wrong about that. I might not have it perfect, but I do know one is a Breakfast Balls booth, and then the other 2 might be Roosevelt's basic, normal, or Disney. Because last year they had a Star Wars booth and a Roosevelt's booth.
And the Roosevelt's booth, correct.
Right.
Wow. Oh my God. I did not. Dustin coming out with the with the news. Damn. Well, I'm excited.
I wish it was a little bit more accurate and scoop worthy, but either way, I'll be making the rounds and seeing what they got for all of them.
It sounds like a lot of money is going to be spent at San Diego Comic.
I know. Think about that. 3 shirts a day at $70. Like, oof. And if they impose the limits on 1 shirt per person, like, that could be crazy. Like, I had no idea when I got to the Tropical Mickey. I thought I liked the look of that shirt. I was like, that shirt looks really cool. When I showed up for the line, I went there immediately, and I was one of the last people to get one of the Tropical Mickey shirts. There was maybe 5 people behind me that got a shirt. I was at the very end and just skated out with one. So pretty crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. And I cannot wait to hear all of your firsthand content exclusive coverage. When we do the podcast, when you're done, with San Diego Comic-Con. Like, I can't wait to hear everything that you heard, everybody that you saw. I'm sure there's gonna be a million people there who want to take a picture with you because they love, listening to the podcast and whatnot. You're gonna have a whole line. There's gonna be a line for the shirt, and then there's gonna be a line to take a picture with Dustin of Where Mighty Thinks. That's kind of what I'm expecting to happen. When we go there. And but Mosh Isley, though, I need a night to have Mosh Isley. Like, I miss Mosh Isley so much. Like, I've had a ridiculous amount of fun both times I've gone to Mosh, and I just need to go back to Mosh Isley.
Yeah. Well, you should be able to do it at MegaCon next year, if not sooner.
I'm hoping we get one for New York, but nothing has been announced yet. I'm feeling a little like maybe it's not happening, but I don't know anything for sure. I'm just was kind of hoping we'd get an announcement by now, and we haven't. So I'm feeling a little, but I definitely want Mosh. I definitely I'm so jealous that you get to go and do Mosh Isley.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. I'm actually going to build out a playlist just so that I can just get mentally prepped up for all the songs and stuff like that.
I would love to help you with that. That's
okay.
That's
awesome. Let's do it. By the way,
let's do it.
Before we move off of Comic-Con here, we actually got our first look at an SDCC exclusive for 2024, and it was a completely different path in terms of production, right? They actually are working with a new partner. Do you want to give us the rundown?
Yeah, so it appears that Roosevelt is working with a website called SignQuest, which I've been told is completely legit. And apparently they have a booth at Comic-Con every year. I've never personally heard of them, but there's no way for them to have all these details and pictures and whatnot without it being legit, in my opinion. So randomly on June 14th, they released a pre-order for one of the New York Comic Con, I'm sorry, San Diego Comic Con shirts. Our first look, our first exclusive look. Um, and so it's from Disney's Pixar's Up, which ironically I'm wearing a Disney Pixar Up shirt. The shirt is called "Can We Keep Him?" And so it's a really nice shirt. It features, oh god, it features Kevin, and it features, what's the kid's name? I'm forgetting. Russell, yes, features Russell and Kevin. Um, really nice Kunu. I do wonder which day that they're going to release this shirt at, because this is like they just did a partnership with this website. It's very odd. This came out of nowhere. So someone on Insiders discovered it, posted it. A million people went to the site and bought it. It's a limited edition of 300, by the way.
Wow.
So I don't know how many. So we, believe it or not, Insiders actually crashed the site. It's their first time doing any kind of pre-order option like this. They actually had to take it off the site, and they announced that the remaining stock of what they have left over from this exclusive pre-order will be released and sold sometime after July 4th. They didn't give an exact date. They just said sometime after July 4th. So you definitely want to keep a lookout on Insiders if you want to score that Up shirt. It looks really nice, and this is definitely more of a Dustin shirt, as you were saying. This is kind of more your realm. Now, Dustin, are you going to try and score from the online pre-order, or are you going to think you have a better chance going to the booth?
Well, for somebody who's has a show that's about Roosevelt's news, somehow this like slipped by me. So I was not one of the people
happens
who,
that there's always so much going on in the world of Roosevelt.
100%.
When I've talked to people and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I do a podcast about this clothing company," they're like, "You can talk an hour about a clothing company?" I'm like, "Oh, easily." I'm like, we can easily talk about an hour.
We often have to constrain it down to an hour.
Right, because there's so much going on within the company and the community, and just the rumors and the things going on, and the individual people. Like there's a lot to talk about. It's crazy.
There's a lot to talk about.
And so I'm glad that we get to do this. But people are often surprised, like, you can talk that much about a clothing company? Like, yes.
It's a lifestyle, right? It's not just the clothes, right? It's the people, it's the events, it's the activities around.
Absolutely. It's so much more than the clothes.
Exactly. It's a lifestyle. And so to your question, I am going to try, of course, to get a pre-order, because that'll be locked in. Who knows what's going to happen at Comic-Con. And I'll do my best. But, you never know if you're going to actually be able to get one at the booth. And of course, a lot of times people who have exhibitor badges have a little bit of an advantage over attendees, because even if you get to Comic-Con super early, the exhibitors can get in ahead of time, and some of them are not in the booth. So if you've got people with a badge at exhibitors, I don't know that there's any rule that prevents them from being able to make purchases once the rope drops and people are able to buy. So the booth is a tricky prospect. I mean, that's how most of the shirts need to be bought, but it's going to be really picky choosy with 3 booths to like, well, which one do I want the most? And you're going to have to give that one a go, and that might be the only one you get.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. Hopefully they're all kind of close by together and you're not running around the San Diego Comic-Con hall. But I mean, you never know, man. It's exciting though. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what we have coming out of San Diego. I think they got some good stuff brewing. I think they held out some of the best. I mean, San Diego Comic, that's like a baby. That's the big leagues. So I'm kind of excited to see what we got going on with that.
Well, we'll have lots of coverage for that. But let's move on to the next one coming up in August, the beginning of August. D23, John. D23. We talked a little bit about that at the beginning of the cast.
We finally get to be together. Me and you finally get to be together. Aw. We get to finally see one another and hang out. And like I said, our first time going to California. My first time going to California. Our first time going to Disneyland.
That's right.
I'm super excited for that. Just booked my flight. It's going to be an amazing time, and I've always wanted to go see California. California has always been like a dream destination of mine, and I'm excited to go. I'm excited to see everybody. I'm so excited to see all the insiders. There's going to be so many insiders there. It's going to be crazy. So just being able to spend all this time with some of my favorite people is going to be absolutely amazing. Is this your first D23, Dustin?
It's my first D23. Not my first trip to Anaheim, for sure. I've been down there for a lot of different events at different points in time. So familiar with Anaheim, and Yeah, it's going to be a blast. We're starting to get the plans together. Seems like there's a lot of pre-coordination that goes on, and I didn't realize it was that much work. But I don't know why it would be different than Comic Con. I'm doing the same thing for Comic Con, so
Right, of course.
exactly.
Everyone just wants to make sure that they can hang out together and see one
Yeah,
another and get those things in line. I think that's great. I love that, there's a really nice group of us going, and it's going to be I think everyone's going to have such an amazing time, and
yeah,
it's going to
yeah,
be really special.
yeah. Next up, we got the Bay Area Insiders Meetup, which is
Mhm.
coming on September 21st. I mentioned it here because it's the closest meetup to me, because
Yeah.
it's going to be across the bridge, and we're going to have a pretty good time. I'm hoping we might be able to check out some tiki activities. Some of the plans are still getting formalized, but I'm looking forward to it. There's quite a number of insiders in the Bay Area, and so it'll be nice to get to spend some time with the folks in the local area without having to get in a plane for a change.
Yeah, no, that's got to feel so good for you. And then hopefully you make like some local connections that you can just meet up on a somewhat regular basis without having to, fly out to. And, I think that's awesome. I definitely wish I was coming out to that one. And it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out to all the people in Milwaukee, by the way, which I can't believe Josh Albert's meetup. Josh is such a great guy. He's an awesome insider. Um, he's throwing a killer meetup right now in
Yeah.
Milwaukee. We got some FaceTime love last night. There's a million people there. It's um, I'm so happy for all of them. I'm having serious FOMO right now about not being in Milwaukee, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe that I'm like, damn it, I wish I was in Milwaukee right now. Never thought I'd utter that phrase, but damn it, I wish I was in Milwaukee because they're having a killer time right
It
now.
looks
I
like
wish
it.
I was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, the photos
Um,
are really exciting, and to know that the insiders will organize and get together. This Bay Area's meetup is the similar kind of thing, and it looks like everybody's having a quite the blast. Looking forward to it. I will say, if anybody who is an organizer for one of these types of meetups would like some additional amplification of your event, let us know, because obviously they're the things that we're looking forward to. But if you've got something going on, let us know. Drop us an email at wearablefandom@gmail.com. Give us a little bit of lead time. We record about every other week, and that way we can
yeah.
kind of queue up enough news. So don't tell us the day before, because we will then
That's
tell
not going to
people
work.
2 weeks after it's happened. But and we will tell people 2 weeks after it happened.
2 weeks after it happens. All right, we'll
Exactly,
do
exactly. But yeah, but drop us a mail, and we'll be happy to talk a little bit about your event and let people know about it. All right. Last but not least, John, at least on this current list, the New York Comic Con, the Javits Center, coming up in
Yes.
October. I will
Uh,
be there. You will be there as well.
I'm so happy that we're doing this together. It's also kind of for me, I mean, those who know Roosevelt's know that they're Hoboken, New Jersey. They're a Hoboken, New Jersey company. So this is kind of like the hometown meetup. Like when you go see Bruce Springsteen, like you want to go see him in Jersey.
Sure.
Like you want to go see it. So there's always kind of a little bit of additional love put on for New York Comic Con. Being that's kind of like the hometown convention for the Roosevelt circuit. So like last year was insane. We had an amazing time between we had Comic Con, we had Meetup, we had Mosh Isley. It
Mm,
was just 4 days of nonstop partying. We had the Outpost at New York Comic Con as well, and that was a total game changer. We had it was just one of the best weekends of my entire life. So I was definitely happy to get my 4 day badge last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever tickets went on sale. And I'm so happy that you got your badge as well, man.
yeah,
And me and you, we've been talking about this forever. We are going to go on the Staten Island Ferry.
that's right. Staten Island Con, Staten Island Ferry Con. That's what we want to call it.
That's
It's going to be
Staten
you,
Island Ferry.
me, and a couple of slices. And
Yes.
maybe we'll tell people when we're going to be there. But
Yeah.
of course, if there's a Mosh Isley, there's lots. Of course, it's freaking New York. It's one of the,
Mhm.
if not the greatest city on the planet, one of the greatest cities on the planet. Like people are probably going to be tired. They're not used to walking city blocks. I get it,
No, no, they're
but I
not.
am
No.
used to walking city blocks, so I'll be just fine at the end
Damn
of the
straight.
day. And
I
I'll have
love it.
plenty of energy in the evening. Um, but we definitely want to go when we have light, by the way. We want to make sure that we can actually record video and see what the hell's going on. So we'll definitely figure out, like, when are we going to get together for Staten Island Con? And yeah,
Oh, we're
I
definitely
would love it.
doing that.
I want to moon the
Yeah.
Statue of Liberty, John. I just want to drop trowel on the ferry. Is that going to get me thrown off?
I don't think it's the worst thing. You'd probably be you and a homeless man doing it together. So probably not. I mean, but there is security on the boat. We have to be a little careful. So if you're gonna
Oh,
do it, we gotta do it quickly,
jeez.
all right?
Why
And
do they got to
there
ruin
is
everybody's
security.
fun?
I look, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I support your right to do that, honestly.
That's right.
So, but I
America.
think, but
America.
America, America, you gotta have a little bit of they took our jabs, America. Exactly. You gotta have a little bit of umph in there, man.
Yeah,
Little
for
that
sure.
country boy swagger.
You got it.
I'm a city boy through and through. Ain't none of that country bullshit. But I am. I'm sorry. That's
That's
what I
fine.
am.
You don't have to
I can't.
apologize. You don't have to apologize.
I can't.
People can only grow
I
up where
can't.
they grow up. There's no like trying to
Right.
be something from somewhere else, you know?
Exactly. Like I have family in upstate, and when I'll go up to visit them, and
Yeah.
it's like their neighbor is like a mile or two down. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, I'm not used to that. We're like, I'm used to like I have four houses connected to one another. Like everyone's kind of like on top of each other, and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see your neighbors, you talk to them, and like that's just who I am. Like I like having everything within walking distance. I have a car, I drive around, but like I can walk to a grocery store. I can walk to the movie theater. I can walk if I want to grab a slice. I can walk and go anywhere I want to go. Everything is within a distance. There's a corner store.
Hmm.
There's 5 freaking corner stores. So
Wow.
I'm a city boy through and through, and that's what I'll always be.
I get it.
So
I
it's,
get it.
but I'm excited to show you Staten Island, baby. We're gonna do this.
Yeah, we definitely gotta
Staten,
do it.
Italy.
Staten, Italy. We'll check it out. Well, hopefully
We're doing
everyone else will be out there. So we will hope to see and say hello to a lot of folks who are also attending those events. John, we're late into June here, and I got to find out. We got to get the next update on the ballpark saga of you and the Chicago Cubs. And just to set it up really quickly, the president of the Chicago Cubs invited you to a ball game, thinking that you were a different, wealthier version of your namesake, and you
Yes.
responded
Yes.
positively. What's the update, John? When's the game happening?
There is no update. He hasn't gotten back to me.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if I did. Like I said, I did respond back. I responded very, very quickly, very coy, not like oh, thank you so much, Mister So and So. I would love to attend. I just wrote back, Crane. Any of these dates work. Best John. I think it was just something very, very. I was trying to come across like a billionaire. I don't want to get myself outed. I don't know if they figured it out because there was other people on that chain that
Yeah.
this guy knows.
Who's
And
this
I
guy?
don't know if right. I worry that maybe one of them was like when they saw my email, maybe somehow I don't know, but I haven't heard anything. So if I do hear something, I will let you know. I'm a little nervous though that this might be over.
Oh no, cover blown. Did us talking about it on the cast blow the cover?
That's right. Yes, I'm sure that they discovered it on the podcast. I'm sure the president of the Chicago Cubs actually listens to Where Mighty Things. He's a big wearablefandom fan, obviously, and he subscribed. Yeah, he's a subscriber. Yeah, and he probably heard what was going on, and that's what happened. I'm hoping and praying for a response, and trust me, because I really want to do this. I really want to go to, I really want to do this. So we'll see what happens. I mean, but as of right now, there is no update. I'm really sorry to report that.
No worries at all. We will stay tuned, my friend. All right. Well, now that we've kind of reviewed all the news, let's touch base on what's happened in the releases from the Roosevelts since the last time that we got together. There was a Father's Day collection that we'll take a look at, some bamboo activities, new Bluey, Goofy movie collection, which was a huge hit, and lots of people asking for that. More Ninja Turtles, summer collection, and of course Naruto. If you're a weeb and a big fan of anime, Naruto is probably a pretty big, exciting drop for you, and some really great shirts there. So, going along with our past, and we're not going to look at every one of these shirts, but we are going to go release by release and kind of make a couple of call outs of the things that we thought were really good. So, John, let's start off with what happened on the Father's Day and the breakfast balls. They had a lot of Star Wars stuff. In fact, there were 4 new all day polos that they released.
Yes.
And a t-shirt, which, it's fine that they released a t-shirt. You know how I feel about that. Some club grips and some head covers as well as ball markers. lots of golf centric activities and content here. What did you think about the shirt releases?
The I Am Your Father's Day collection, huge drop, huge drop. Lots of interesting stuff in there. Think they kill, especially if you're a golf fan or you have a golf fan in your life who loves Star Wars. There's definitely a lot here to unpack, and I think it's very interesting that we're getting all these other extra golf accessories. I've never played golf before, but maybe I got to start. I see some of the stuff. I'm like, I want it, but I would never be able to use it because I don't know how to play golf.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ricky McCann because I know he loves the Dadalorian T-shirt. He was really happy that they came out with it. He's been using that phrase for a while, Dadalorian. So I was really happy for him. In terms of my favorite, my top shirt, if I were to buy one, for me, it's Happy Vader's Day. I love that really nice, solid black and red. It really pops out. You got the Darth Vader on there. I think that's a pretty solid John shirt, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But this is a solid drop altogether. But for me, Happy Vader's Day takes the cake. What about you, my friend?
I also like them. You know, the Dadalorian was kind of cool, and the Force is strong with this dad. You know, Vader flipping burgers and hot dogs is a really cool design. My favorite call out here was Grillin' Like a Villain, which is a nice polo that shows a bunch of the Vader helmet and the implement. But they blew it, John. They blew a really awesome opportunity to have a great dad joke on this shirt. Okay,
tell me it.
Well, you've never seen Star Wars, so how you can't answer this question. But and now I got to think about, do I want to ruin Star Wars for you? I think you're past the 20 years. I have a 20-year spoiler boundary, so you're kind of screwed on all of this stuff. But are you aware?
It's okay.
First of all, are you aware that Darth Vader is Luke's dad?
Yes, I'm aware. Yes, I do know this.
Okay. Are you aware of what happens when that news is just before that news is rendered?
He said, well, he's like, I know he's
they're
hanging
fighting.
from something.
They're fighting, right?
They're fighting. They're fighting, and then he's hanging, and then what? Then he knocks him down, right?
Well, before that, Vader takes his saber and cuts off Luke's right hand.
Oh.
So he like literally cuts off his hand, right? So sorry, that's a small spoiler for you. This grill should have a freaking hand on the grill. It should be Luke's hand on Vader's grill. Come on now, tell me I'm wrong. I saw your jaw drop.
You're definitely you're definitely right with that. I'm surprised they don't have that. That would have been perfect.
It never would get through Disney. I'm sure it would never get through Disney, but I would love it. I would buy this shirt if they were grilling not hot dogs, not hamburgers. Luke's severed hand.
Luke's hand. That would be that's hilarious, man.
That would be the one right there, dude. That's the one.
That's the one. You're right.
Yeah.
When you're right, you're right.
Let's move on to the bamboo collection. Also, lots of cool summer looks. I really enjoy the fact that
these are perfect for the cruise. Honestly, I love the bamboo collection, and then we also got the resort shorts with that.
Yes.
First time we've gotten. And although I don't have a pair myself, I've seen a lot of positive feedback on it. People are saying like, ditch the hybrid shorts. They only want resort shorts. Now, do we know what the difference is between the hybrid shorts and the resort shorts?
Yes, the resort shorts actually have a button. I guess they have a drawstring. I haven't bought one of them, so I can't see like what the fly looks like. Is the fly real fly, or does it just look like that? Is the button a real button, or does it look like it? But it's also got belt loops. So if you need to add if you're wearing these resort shorts, I'm not sure belt goes with any of them, to be honest. But that seems to be the difference. We ought to buy a pair of them and just compare them with the others. Yeah.
We need to make an LLC so that we can buy all this stuff and then write it off. That's what we need.
There you go. For sure. But they've also got pockets on the back, which the hybrid shorts also have, but these actually have buttons, so it could actually hold in a wallet or something like that, a room key.
Yeah,
something along those
I'm looking
lines.
at that right now. That's really, I like that a lot. That's really cool. Oh my god, I need to buy me a pair of these.
Any of these bamboo shirts stick out to you?
Actually, yeah, a lot of them. I really love them a lot. I definitely want to get. I've actually never bought anything from the bamboo collection, even in previous years. I don't know why. I just haven't. But I'm loving. I'm loving more of the Roosevelt's originals than the licensed stuff recently. I really love what Roosevelt's is coming out with originals wise. For me, Portraits of Paradise is standing out. I like Portraits of Paradise a lot. That's just seemed like a really nice tux, especially for going away on a nice summer beach. Like that to me looks perfect, man.
Yeah, it's got a really good feel that's in the same spirit as South Pacific. You know, a lot of like
Yes.
appropriate for location. I thought a lot of these were really sharp, and it was tricky to kind of like nail down one. The bossa nova shirt I thought was really fun because it's
Mm.
a really cool like splash of blue. You might be surprised to hear me call that one out as the one I would be interested in. But yeah,
That's a good no. I mean, that's a good shirt. I mean, I'm happy with it. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, you can make a fair argument for any of it. This is there's nothing wrong with this collection. This is a solid collection. Coming up next after that, we have the Bluey collection.
yes.
Um, now I bought so we got a couple of tuxes for both the adults and the kids, and we also got a hat. You buy anything from the Bluey collection, Dustin?
No, but if I did buy, I'm not a big Bluey fan, so I'll just put it out there.
You're
I
not?
know, no.
I thought you're what? That's fine. Whatever.
I did like the dad hat that came in this collection, though, the release with the little Bluey icon on it. That was really
Yes.
cute. It has the same color as
Mm.
the BMO collection from the Adventure Time. So it's that same kind of like sort of like light blue jean type of material and fabric. And I did like the logo and icon. So if there was something I was gonna buy out of this, it would have been the dad hat.
The dad hat does look really nice. They did a really good job on that. I'm liking that a lot. Is that what you're going with, or are you picking
I'm going with the dad hat, yes.
go with the dirt hat? For me, I like the shirt that says "Let's Motor." First of all, I'm a sucker for purple, so when I see purple, I'm a little like I gravitate towards that. The second thing I love about it, it's a sticker style. It's all these different. Kind of reminds me of Mosh in a way, the New York City
Oh,
Mosh
interesting.
shirt. So having all of these, they're clearly stickers. You see like the sticker outline on all of them, kind of meshed up all over the place. I really like that a lot. I think that's a pretty solid design, and the fact that it's purple just means like
Up next, dude. Okay, so first of all, I love Goofy. I completely underestimated the insanity and love that people have for this 1995 movie, a Goofy movie. And I gotta
Goofy
say,
Movie is a
like,
great movie,
it's
cult
it's it's a
classic,
pretty,
baby.
it is funny. It is good. It's a good movie. It is a cult classic. I I'm not such a huge fan of the voice actor who's doing Goofy in that particular film, and that was like a hard thing for me to get past, having watched so many of the old legacy ones. That's my problem. That has nothing to do on whether or not the movie's good or not. But holy
No, of
cow,
course.
what a drop! This drop was
What
like
a drop!
way over the top. People are going bonkers.
This People love this drop. I do wonder if we're gonna have the same. There was kind of a clear winner. There was a winner, amongst the community. I would say. We got the power line drop. The power line, the whole tux and the hat and the t-shirt together. I mean, that was just a beautiful get up. That was a beautiful tux.
Yeah.
And I I mean that power line. I mean all the shirt. There's an argument made for all of these. This was a phenomenal drop, and I love that we got ladies cuts as well. Looks like all the ladies shirts sold out as well. I think Powerline was the winner in my opinion. But I also love the open road. I must
Hmm.
say, I love the color scheme of the open road. That to me is that's another solid. I think that's gonna be a sleeper. I think the open road is the sleeper of the drop. But Powerline is the winner. What about you?
Yeah, it's very funny because those who are fans of this cult classic, go back and rewatch this movie again and tell me how much you like Powerline. Powerline, the character Powerline, voiced by Tevin Campbell, like who is had a well, I don't know exactly how far his career went, but he had a couple of really small hits like back in the 90s, and so I love the bold design of that Powerline shirt. I love the tux. I even love the
Sure.
hat. But the winner for me actually was the open road. And not just because of the interesting color combinations and the way that they kind of laid out the backfield with the different checks and colors, but really,
Mm.
this is my favorite scene in a Goofy movie. Like when they're actually driving back and they're singing the song and they're riding in between traffic and all the different stuff that happened.
Oh.
I actually love that scene. That scene is so much fun. I'm a musical theater kind of person, and so anytime there's songs in movies, I'm like, let's do it. Like this is great.
Let's do it.
And so
We
like
gotta go. We gotta hit up Broadway when you come to New York.
yeah, for sure. I love it. In the movie La La Land, you've seen the movie La La Land?
Yes.
The opening when there's traffic on the freeway in LA, and
Yeah.
everybody gets out of the car, and their reaction to being hot is to get out and exercise and dance. But they're singing all this great song. It's so much fun, right? And it's another day of sun. Anyways, a goofy movie, The Open Road, really kind of like brought me back to just that imagery in my head. So I totally know why people love Powerline. I'm glad they like doubled down on it with the tux, with the hat, with the shirt. Um, but that's the one for me, The Open Road, for sure.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, Open Road's a great shirt. This was a great job. I mean, kudos to Disney and Roosevelt's. Really, really, really happy with what we got there. With
yeah,
that. All right. As we steam past Goofy movie, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
yes. More Ninja Turtles.
More Ninja Turtles, baby. There's a lot of people who love Ninja Turtles. People who love what I've noticed is that people who love Ninja Turtles, they love Ninja Turtles. There's
Yeah,
quite a few people in the group, like they love their Ninja Turtles and they love them a lot.
yeah,
Um, a solid drop. I personally speaking didn't really grow up with the Turtles, so I don't relate to this drop as much as I would some of the other drops. But I think in terms of a winner, I think Splinter's Couch is. I think that kind of broke insiders. People were sharing that and posting that like, whoa, like this is something different. This is something fresh, and I'm really. I think it's nice. I think it's nice that we got a tux of that as well. I think for me, Splinter's Couch is definitely a really nice, solid design.
yeah,
They knocked it out of the park with that one. Like I would wear. I'm not even a Turtles fan, but I would rock that. I'd rock the Splinter's Couch.
yeah. I mean, that one is on par with the Naboo exclusive from MCM in London. It's a similar
Yes.
sort of like complex design, but 100%
Yes.
agree on that one. The only other one that came close was the Secret of the Ooze. Sorry, not the Secret of the
Mm.
Ooze. That's the name of the movie. But Secret of the Ooze is the movie. But the Oozevelts is the one I'm looking for. They made a tux of that
Yes.
with hybrid shorts. Now we've got to be more like when we say tux, we've got to be more specific because we have this concept of resort shorts. So hybrid
Resort shorts. You're
shorts
right.
as a tux with Oozevelts. Um, I loved that. It reminded me a little bit of the Loki drops that we had from last year.
Sure. Yes. Oh, yep. I
Yeah,
definitely see that. 100%.
and of course we've got like key signals from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons. But hands down, Splinter's Couch was the best, and the fact that it came with hybrid shorts as well, like that's a really fun shirt, and it's the one that rewards you. Like on first glance from a distance, you're going to be like, "Oh, interesting pattern." Then you get closer, you're like, are those pizza slices? Like, are those Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle skateboards and weapons?"
There's
It's like it just gets better
there's
and
so
better.
much to see in that. They
Yeah,
they really packed a lot into that
yeah,
design, and you really gotta. It's like one of those things that every time you look at it, it's like you discover something new.
yeah, hundred
Um,
percent.
do you have a is there a movie you have that every time you watch it you feel like you see things or notice more things about it?
Oh, dude, man. So for a little while, I was planning to be a film major, and so I would
Really?
watch movies, and then I would watch them again to study them and try to see new things. And so for a long time, the actual movie that fits the description was Jaws. I don't even know how many times I've watched the movie Jaws, but it's a lot. Like it's not triple digits, but it's a lot more times than you would
Yeah.
imagine anyone would want to watch that film. But yeah, there's lots of. I mean, for that matter, when I rewatch Disney Kind of Life or I watch Paging Mr. Morrow videos, I'm learning about shots and camera angles and choices that they made. So I usually will watch most things a couple of times, and then the second time through, I'm
Yeah.
always looking at it from that like different angle. So yeah.
Wow.
How about you?
Uh, for me, The Truman Show. Anytime I watch The Truman Show, I'm always studying that.
Good
I feel like
movie.
there's a lot of different little things in there that you don't notice your first couple of times around
Yeah.
that you just learn as you go on.
Great
Fun
call out.
fact about that movie: the director wanted to install. He had a crazy idea. He wanted to install a camera inside every theater in America that was showing The Truman Show. and have them cut at a point randomly. It would go gray for a second and then show a camera of the audience inside the theater and then flash back to the movie to make people question their own reality.
Wow.
It obviously didn't happen because that's just insane and way too much to pan out, but it was something the director put some time and effort into until realizing it's just never going to work.
Yeah, see,
But
the thing is, like, that kind of an idea, you do it for the con premiere. Like, you do it
it,
for or you do it for Grauman's, like,
right,
in LA. You
sure,
do it for one. You don't do it for all of
right.
them, across the country. No
Every
way
theater
that's
in
gonna work.
America.
But you do it for one, and then it becomes mythology about, like, the thing that happened in this one show. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty awesome.
But
I do
solid
see
movie.
that Ninja Turtles is a deep well for the Roosevelts. I mean, they keep coming back. Those shirts must sell well. They've got great terms for the licensing, and they just keep banging it. The other shirts were a little less my style and more reminiscent of some past designs. But all told, though, a couple of really great ones here between the Roosevelts and Splinter's Couch for sure.
Definitely, I love what they did with that, and yeah, it's a great drop.
All
uh,
right.
Going our way now to the summer collection.
Yes.
That-
Summertime.
Summer. That's Will Smith.
It's 3 times.
It's
Yeah. Summertime.
summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. After he punched Chris Rock in the face, man. I don't know. I still
Punched.
look at Will Smith.
He slapped him.
He slapped him.
I
Right,
mean,
slapped Chris
let's
Rock.
not downplay assault in public. Like, assault is assault,
And
right? But
so,
punching him would
but
have been
to do
a
it to
different.
Chris Rock, who
I
you know is just going to make his next special and just completely destroy you. Like, is that really the guy you want to do? The guy who has the platform like that? Like, I don't know, man.
I mean, if you actually thought that Will Smith was in his rational mind and thinking at that moment, I think it's a
No,
little too
of
much
course.
credit to give him, right? He was angry and he was emotional and he overreacted for sure. So
Definitely an overreaction.
yeah,
100%.
yeah,
But so we're on our way to the summer collection.
yeah,
All of these cruise shirts, by the way, this is
100%.
if you're looking for stuff for the cruise, I would definitely pick out some stuff from the summer collection if I were you. Just saying if you're coming on the Roosevelt's Insiders cruise. A solid drop. Absolutely love it. Dustin, what did you think? What's your take? What'd you fall in love with?
I have a pretty spicy take here on a couple of things. So
Mm.
I really loved a couple of the shirts. There were a bunch of them that I could see getting behind. Black Hole Sunflower was really cool. That's an atypical design, a little bit. Not the design itself, but the color palette is not one that I see a lot used by Roosevelt's.
Yep.
Top of the World, I also thought was pretty cool. I'm trying to figure out if this Top of the World is actually a reference back to the TikTok and Instagram guy who's spread good vibes around the world. I've got to watch it after we record. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't,
I
I'm
do know
going
what
to
you're
send
talking
it to you.
about. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember if this Top of the World is actually a shirt. This looks like the shirt that guy's wearing when he gets out of the car and starts dancing along the side of it. I've got to find
Oh
out.
shit, that might be.
I'm
That's
trying to
interesting.
figure out if that's it. However, the top one here for me is going to be Tropical Shade, and I'm going to tell you why it's Tropical Shade. Last time on the cast, I was complaining a little bit about how I felt that the Series 2 florals, I had kind of hit my limit on the layout and the design of the Series 2 florals. This floral for Tropical Shade, take any of the colors from any of this year's releases and put them on this shirt, and it doubles the excitement about that shirt. Take the Seattle colors. Pretty much the Seattle colors are just going to would have been a hit no matter what. But take the
Sure.
London colors. Take the New Orleans colors. Take the MegaCon colors. All of them would have been so much cooler. This is a much stronger floral layout than the one that's hibiscus centric that we have for the Series 2. Maybe that's I'm a little bit alone in that opinion, but I felt like Tropical Shade not only was the best coming out of this collection, but should also be the prototype for future florals this year. I would love it if they just did colorways of this the rest of the way out. That's my hot take, buddy. That's my hot take.
I actually I kind of agree with you. I love Tropical Shade. I was going to put that as my winner. I think Tropical Shade came out really nice. I really love what they did with it. And Top of the World was a close second for me. But I love Tropical Shade. That's a tux that I feel like I need. I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like, I need that one. Like that's a tux, baby. That is a beautiful. I tropical shade. That's a great floral. That is a great. I love it. I love the color scheme. I love those.
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping they would do something with the Steve logo. Because if you open up on your app, they use the tropical shade
Yes.
colorway with the Steve logo, and I was kind of hoping we'd get something like that. But who knows? Maybe down the line, John has posted that there is going to be some Steve related stuff.
Wow.
I mean, who knows what we're going to get with that? But I'm excited. I love the tropical shade though. They did a great job with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the last one we had for this one was the Naruto drop. Yes,
Naruto.
Are you a fan of the Naruto anime on Adult Swim? It's been around forever.
I'm aware of it. I know it exists. My brother is a big anime fan. I have a younger brother. He loves anime. This is right up his alley. This is he loves this. He loves One Piece. He loves all that stuff. On a personal level, I just never got into it. I just never did it, and I just never. I don't know. I just wasn't part of that circuit. I don't tell you. I don't get it. I don't. Yeah, I mean, and look, I mean, if that's your thing, I mean, then more power to you, man. I love that. I love that for you. And this is a cool drop as well in terms of just style of design. Particularly speaking, I'm not even going to try to say this first word, but the ramen shirt I thought was actually a lot of fun. I know there's some sort of reference in I guess the kid likes ramen or something on the show, but I just in terms of like a fun pattern, a fun shirt. For me, the ramen shirt was the answer. I thought they did a great job with that. I was, but this was not a bad drop in terms of just the way shirts look. It's just not. It's not for me. But the ramen shirt to me is the winner. Also love that we got ladies cuts for this. So shout out to them. The more ladies cuts, the better. Obviously. What about you, my friend? Are you a Naruto fan? Did you grow up with this?
Yeah. No, grow up with it? No, I didn't grow up with it. I have watched it, but it's kind of like I could take or leave it. There are a lot of other shows that are much more interesting to me than Naruto.
Sure, but I know Naruto's got a huge fan base. I know, like those people, they love their stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And so interesting thing though that you basically called out about the Ichiraku ramen. That's the word in front of the ramen shirt, Ichiraku.
It would have been wrong of me to try and pronounce that.
It's fine.
It would have come out so offensive.
Yeah, it's fine. Ichiraku. So in Japan,
Ichiraku. What does that mean? What is Ichiraku?
It's just the name of the ramen brand, right?
Oh, so it's a brand name.
Okay. Yeah. There are some pretty famous places like Ichiran. Ichiran is actually a very famous place in Tokyo, where, and maybe they have more, but it's the place when you go to Ichiran, you sit in like the little one slot, and then person like raises the thing and slides the bowl underneath, and then they close the thing, and then your bowl comes to you, and you get like private eating. That's Ichiran. That's the style that they kind of serve there. But
oh wow,
Naruto is famous enough that there are actually instant ramen and cup noodle brands in Japan that I've actually licensed and make Ichiraku ramen. So I'll grab a couple of pictures and kind of throw them in here at this point in time. So if you look,
that's so cool.
You can find them. It's like
so smart.
Spicy beef ramen is basically, and it's kind of fun. You find different ones. But so that shirt is actually really awesome. Like you definitely called it. However, I think the winner of this is basically the Itachi Uchiha, which is the red one with the winds blowing, the red clouds.
Yeah.
That shirt is really pretty beautiful. And I would take either of these, the ramen shirt or the Uchiha shirt. But I mean, it's if you zoom in on that, I don't know how closely you've looked at that, but if you zoom in on that shirt in the black backfield, you'll see a bunch of different crows, and you'll see like forest setting, the depth inside of that. It's not just like just a black shirt or a grayscale shirt with some red clouds on front of it.
No. You can see the design.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at that.
Yeah, so it's actually a pretty amazing shirt. Honestly, I'm not a fan enough of the show to be able to like quote this chapter and verse on like, well, I know what all these things are. I don't. I do know that I have seen Naruto ramen though in Japan. So, you know, it's pretty cool. I do know that people were super excited about this. And again, we've talked a little bit about the importance of this type of product to bring people into the Roosevelts that otherwise would not necessarily be interested in a Disney shirt, for example, right? If you're big into anime and you're reading manga, you're gonna go to places where those are. And anyone who's bought a Roosevelt shirt, and if you're listening to us like an hour and plus into this podcast, you've definitely bought them. You know what it means to be remarketed to the many other brands of companies who make shirts that are similar to the Roosevelts, at least in terms of design. And a lot of those are anime uh, centric. So this is
100%.
a good toe dip, in my opinion, for them. This also with the One Piece drop that came out earlier this month or before. I thought the shirts looked great. Not buying any of them because I'm not a strong enough fan, but I was really happy for the folks who are fans of Naruto and were able to get something finally from the Roosevelts.
I'm so happy for them too. I mean, and maybe if you see something on BSD for a good price, maybe you feeling a little good one night and you're like, yeah, why not?
I would get that ramen shirt if I got that ramen shirt. If that ramen shirt showed up for $50 on BSD, I would buy it. Like I would buy that, no brainer.
You're gonna get a DM. You're gonna get a DM. Dustin, you said.
Excuse me, sir. I happen to have one of those. Yeah, I think it's a cool shirt. The other ones are a little too busy for me, but those two stand out, you know, for sure. And you know, every shirt's going to be for everyone. But
absolutely. And that's what I love about Roosevelt's is that, you know, one shirt that I can say, oh, I'm not crazy about this. Another person's like, oh my God, I've been looking for this my whole life.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. Like there's so much going on, but there's something for everybody. There really is.
That's right.
And that's what we love about it.
All right, that's going to do it for our coverage of the last couple of weeks of Roosevelt's drops. Can you believe that much stuff happened in just a couple of weeks, friends? I mean, good gosh, there's so much.
I cannot believe there's so much.
There's so much. That's why we can do a podcast like this long about this brand, because there's always some new stuff to talk about and
always something going on.
So that'll wrap it up. We're going to move into our community shout outs. And
shout outs.
Here goes John. You know what, John? I'm going to let this be a solo this time. Go for it.
Oh God! No, I need a person.
No. I'm right here.
Shout outs. Here comes community shout outs.
Yeah, good job, John. Good job, John.
That's practice for karaoke for the
yes. Yeah, exactly.
So we got one shout out, and one shout out. It's to all of you who hit the goal on the Stephen Gebhardt Memorial Scholarship. 100K goal. We're over $101,000 right now. And the fact that you guys made that happen is tremendous. So shout out to you guys for making that happen and just absolutely crushing it, as Steve would say. So that's what I got for shout outs. But if you have a shout out, and if you have something you want to shout out, you have a friend or a family member or an insider that you want to share something with on the podcast, be sure to reach out to us on social media or email us at wearablefandom@gmail.com. We do read it all, and we would love to use your community shout outs.
Yeah, and thank you so much for everybody for helping crest that 100K goal. It's huge. And it's something that I think we will all be able to be proud of participating in once, we're a few years removed from the moment and life has moved on. That's going to be something in perpetuity that's going to last on in Steve's name. And it's really nice to be able to be a tiny part of that. So great job to everybody. And and that is pretty much going to do it here for Where Mighty Things number 9. Number 9, you're not going to get that one. You know music?
No, I do get it. Get it.
Does he? Does he? I'm waiting.
No, I know. No, I've heard this. Number 9.
I'm waiting. Do you get that reference?
I do.
What you do not smell is iocane powder.
No, that one I didn't get.
Oh, it's Fezzik from The Princess Bride when he's
yes.
I'm waiting. Okay. It's not a great impression, sorry, but yeah.
No, you do great impressions. Dude, please, you do much better impressions than I could ever do. No, you're right. No, that's what it is.
But the number 9 is a Beatles. The Beatles. Number 9. Now I'm gonna.
Then when you play it in reverse, it's something else, right?
Oh no. That's a
Not that
that's
one.
a different one. Yeah,
That's on Sergeant Pepper's.
that's on Sergeant Pepper. Well, actually, both of these songs are on Sergeant Pepper's, if I remember correctly. Now I'm missing it. I'm probably gonna have to edit this all out. Anyways, you know who's waiting, John? The audience, waiting for us to wrap this stuff up. So thank you so much, John, for all of your great insights, and looking forward to getting
Dustin.
our plans locked down for D23 so that we can make quite the days of it. And and one last shout out, please like and subscribe here if you're enjoying the content, and send us a message, wearablefandom@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you guys. John, before we sign off, any final thoughts to share out with everybody?
Oh man, dude, I'm just so excited for all this big summer events that are coming out. I'm so excited to see everybody and just hang out. I don't know who coined the phrase, but come for the shirts, stay for the people. I feel like, personally speaking, I'm at my happiest when I'm around insiders. So the fact that we got the pool party and the D23 and the New York Comic Con and the cruise and whatnot, I am just so excited. The fact that I feel like I have a couple of things built up now where I'm going to see everybody. It's important to be happy. It's important to surround yourself with people that you love and you care for. And I just love and care for insiders so much. So I'm just so excited that I have all these things coming up where I get to see all of you, and we're gonna have a blast. We're gonna kill it, and it's gonna be a great time. What about you?
I cannot improve on that. I think you said it brilliantly. So I will say ditto. So then with that, we're going to sign off. Until next time, everybody, wear mighty
things.
So long.